A very good evening, folks. Welcome back to the channel. I have been busy the last couple of days, but I couldn't miss out the chance to pop on tonight after that result earlier on at Rugby Park. What a result. I don't have my Celtic jersey on. I do apologise. I decided to put on a Mexico jersey on for a change. Bit of green. We will talk about why I have the Mexico jersey on, but what a result. What a result today, considering, I'll be honest with you, I was down the team at halftime. I really was down. I was like, do you have enough in the tank to even crawl back into this game? And look at Martin O'Neill made big tactical changes for the second half, and Sebastian Tanecki came up with a cracking goal, and then Benjamin Negrin as well. But what a way to finish the game. I know we've had some really good times in Rugby Park over the last couple of years. See, winning the title there a couple of years back. Winning the league under Martin O'Neill back in 2004 as well, wearing the Black Magic. Tom Rogic, absolute screamer from Ronnie Doyne's time as well. But look, at today was a big statement. If you wanna win this title, you gotta show that you don't crack under pressure. And Hearts dropped points today, and well, they lost today, so there's only 3 points in it between Celtic and Hearts now. And Celtic do have a game in hand. It's not guaranteed 3 points, folks. I'm not going to get too excited about Pittodrie because we have a lot of games come up over the next 3 to 4 weeks that we need to take every game as a cup final. We have two games in the Europa League against Stuttgart, home and away, which we'll play them on Thursday, and then we'll have the Scottish Cup at Ibrox. So a lot of things have happened over the last week, which since I haven't been on. So look, come on the hoops. Look, it was a great result today, but overall the first half performance was absolutely dire. It was dire. Rio Atate is a waste of a jersey this season, and I mean it straight. I just think he should not be playing again in the Celtic shirt for the rest of the season. I thought Oxlade-Chamberlain came on and played really well. I put a post up on the socials the other day. Should we start the Ox? And a few people were like, no, it's a plastic pitch and stuff like that. But I thought Tierney looked quite frustrated. I thought Sriracha came on, controlled the game real well. But what a goal by Julian Araujo. What a goal in the 97th minute to obviously get us the 3 points, and the scenes as well. And he's booking at the end, just laughing at the referee. But unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. I'm not buying it that Bernardo's worse than him in training. I'll be honest with you, I just think Rio Atate is just checked out. And I've been saying it for weeks, maybe 2-3 months now, and I still get people that will oppose the argument and say, oh, kid, he's done that and he's done this, but that's the past. We need players in there that want to fight for the short. And Rio Atate, there was a spell in the game where he could have went in for the tackle and he just wasn't bothered. And Callum McGregor keeps trying to pull him all the time. So Arnie Ingles could be out until the end of March as well. Benjamin Negrin, I thought he played well. Look, the first half was a write-off. I thought Austin Trusty was absolutely brutal today. Bar at the end, he pulled off a decent interception. That was about it. And overall in the game, I thought he was really bad. I thought the defense was shaky, and we'll talk about Kasper Schmeichel as well, about his performances. I just feel like when I come onto this channel, it's not like I'm coming to the same topics and the same players and the same criticism. It constantly keeps happening. And people will say, is it the Martin O'Neill factor? Martin O'Neill's 300 games today. We got the results. In the first half, I'll be honest with you, I was 90% sure we weren't getting back into that game. And that's the God honest truth, because it's just the evidence this season was just there. And, you know, the tactical changes came out, and the fact that if we lost that game today, we could be having a different conversation tonight. I wouldn't be wearing this Mexico jersey. I'd be saying, look, we're out of the title race, but we're not. We're not. We were in a good position now where we've Hearts in the post split. We have Rangers before the split in a couple of weeks' time at Ibrox in the league, and then the week after we have the Scottish Cup, and then we'll play them post split at Celtic Park. It's in our hands. It's in our hands. If we want to win this league, we got to keep it up. And if it's scrappy games, last minute winners, stoppage time winners, if we look back at this in May and say, well, that's how you win a league. That's how you win a league. And Araujo, I thought he played brilliant. He just gives me Emilio Izaguirre vibes. Izaguirre is a Honduran. He's Mexican. Yes, the neighbors. But you just see that he's enjoying his football. You could see how much it meant to him. You know, what about the penalty we should have had? Look at, don't be whining about the penalty. The result is with 3 points is there. Neil McCann was raging after it. He was absolutely raging. Chris Boyd thought he was funny at half-time, laughing at him. Was right up you, Boyd. Right up you, McCann. Because Celtic are not out of this title race. Celtic are in a better position than Rangers. Rangers might think they're going to win this fucking league because the way they went on today, beating Hearts. I watched both games and I was just actually cringing. Yes, they've beaten Hearts, something that Celtic haven't done this season, but we're getting this factor together. And look at Livingston midweek. It was an atrocious game. It was one of the worst Celtic games I've ever watched, and we got out of jail. But the points were on the board. And then Stephen Welch done us a favour as well, midweek as well, Agent Welch. But yeah, I hope he's like the Mexico jersey. Look, it's our last time playing on that plastic pitch as well, which is pretty good. And we can move on from that horrendous pitch. And look, we look at the first goal we conceded. Austin Trusty wasn't closing down his man. And then the second goal, Kasper Schmeichel. I'm going to say it now. I'm going to mean this. Drop Kasper Schmeichel for the rest of the season. I think if we're going to lose another trophy, which we lost with Kasper Schmeichel's errors in the League Cup and in the Scottish Cup, he's going to lose us this league. He's too many blunders in him. He just looks, and I know this sounds terrible. I don't mean to take an insult towards his physique, but he just looks like he's just not sharp. Yeah, he's a little bit older, but it just looks like there's something going on there. He doesn't look sharp. It looks like he's put on a maybe stone or two, and that's what his diet is. That's what he's into. But come on, we need players that are sharp and trying to save a ball. The same error he done against Braga, tried to save it with his other hand where he could have just done a simple save. It's not good enough, folks. It's not good enough. He needs to be dropped. Simple as, you know. McCann is a bad loser. He's always been a bad loser. Let's be honest. Yeah, but to be honest with you, there is. What about Ross Doolan? Ross Doolan done well for Aberdeen when he was in goal for them 15 odd games. You know, he's just absolutely brutal. Like he does pull up good saves, and fair enough. In the second half, he pulled a save off with his feet, but it's going directly at him. And there's a point when you look at the replay and you're like, Jesus Christ, that could have went right under him, but he composed himself quite well. He's just not the answer for Celtic, and sooner the better the club identify a decent keeper. And I've said it on already on the channel. I don't know if the Croatian keeper Livakovic is still available on the market. The Fenerbahce keeper, someone that we were looking at a couple of years ago, who got Croatia to the last 3 in the World Cup. So, well, got Croatia a bronze medal in the World Cup. I really believe, like, it's shocking. McCann is from a Celtic family, and he amazes me how bitter he shows. Look at Neil McCann can moan all he wants, and he was like going on like, oh, I don't care what's happening on top of the table or this and that. I care about Kilmarnock. He knew quite well what he wanted, and he didn't get it because Martin's boys pulled up a result. When the dust is settled, the first-half performance was expected from this group of players. Atate is dirt. Atate should not be wearing a Celtic jersey ever again. And I constantly, every single week, I put up a post about Atate, how bad he is, and people to still defend him. Why would you defend someone? Would you defend someone in your job that's doing not even 30% of the work on a weekly basis? No, you wouldn't. You want them to get the fuck. And I'm grateful what Rio Atate has brought in the past, but Rio Atate checked out when Ange Postecoglou left. We got spells of him in certain games, but he's checked out. The same with Days of Maeda. Maeda tried in parts of the game, but you can still see that he's still not arse with it, you know. And yes, Austin Trusty pulled off some decent performances in Europa League and stuff like that, but he looked like F.A. Ambrose 2.0 today. I'm sitting there and looking at him like, is that F.A. Ambrose on that pitch? Is it? Because he is playing absolutely shite, Austin Trusty. He got sussed out. He got sussed out big time. Be honest, we ended up. But what I will say about the third goal is that was lovely bit of work from the big check to get that little turn and getting that pass, that vital pass in for the goal. And the scenes were just unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. He took the huff when we didn't sign him. Another reason why he's the turncoat. I'm glad we never signed him. I'm glad we never did. Hail, Tommy. How you getting on? How's it going? Cassie Bingo, Kakawaka, aka John from East Lothian via Donegal. It's good to see us all tuned in. I hope he's like me Mexico jersey. Unfortunately, I actually don't have a sombrero. I got this for the last World Cup, you know. And we'll put it on today. So I don't know what he's talking about. His left arm. He could have saved it with his left arm. Clearly could have saved it with his left arm. I don't know what he was trying to do. To put it this way, he just doesn't have that sharpness. He's fucking 38 years of age, and I just think he has not been the same goalkeeper. Has not been the same goalkeeper since the Scottish Cup final. I know you use your boy. Viva los San Patricios, St. Patrick's. Yeah, I thought Scales was atrocious today. To be honest, I thought Tierney wasn't great as well. Like, I have to say, you get a different energy from Sriracha when he comes on. I know Sriracha scored an absolute cracker during the week as well. Right, so is it Hibs next in the league? Is it Hibs next that we have? Hibs next on Sunday next week, 3:00 kickoff in the league. Obviously, our next game is Stuttgart at Celtic Park. If can we sign Araujo? I'm sure if he put an offer in, we could sign him, because I don't know if Bournemouth would want him back. Like, he only played one game for Bournemouth before he went on loan, and that was in the Carabao Cup. So he keeps going on that he's grateful getting minutes. I think he's enjoying it as well, to be honest. You know, Los Patricios are our heroes in Mexico, Irish guys who switched sides in the American War. Did we get our murder? We did get our murder, considering the first half was poor. We did, and then Kilmarnock got back into the game in the second half at stages. They really did. But a part of me is like, now, either I can swing two ways on this. Either I can keep false hoping, or hoping on with a tin of hope, the tin of hope that we're going to win this league, taking it game by game, or either am I bluffing myself and thinking we're still going to win this league? It's either one or the other. The answer will be we either win it or we don't win it. And we're in a great position to win it. A great position. We just need players that are hungry, players. And I couldn't believe it, Mavuka, not even in the squad today. Arthur not even in the squad today. Is that poor recruitment from Celtic yet again? That's the question marks you say as well. I'd be honest with you, Amdu, he didn't look great today. Junior Abdum didn't look great at all. I thought Tomas came on and he didn't get a lot of the ball, but I thought he fought hard, you know. Yeah, Martin O'Neill did gamble, and I don't want to be critical of Martin O'Neill because he's been a phenomenal manager for Celtic, over 300 games, and he's 3 stints at the club. But you know, yeah, I would have played Oxlade-Chamberlain instead of Rio Atate from the start. I would have started Tomas, but at the same time, do you think would we have had the same energy levels towards the end with these boys coming on at half time? You know, look, Yang was brutal today. Yang was brutal, but I have to give it to Yang. Yang has been pretty decent. Yang actually shows hunger. Yang shows that he actually wants to play football, not like a particular guy in the midfield that's called Rio Atate. And I've said it already. I sound critical, and I sound like I'm jumping the bus at Rio Atate, and I think the first half performance wasn't just Rio Atate's errors. It was a lot of the whole team. I thought the whole team were absolutely brutal, to be honest, in the first half. But the second half paid off, and we got the winning formula, and we won the game. And to get the 3 points, considering embarrassing first half, you know, you should be happy tonight. Should be happy. Football's always a game of two halves, as they say, and it could have been 3-0. You know, could have been 3-0 Kilmarnock, could have been 3-1 Kilmarnock, but look, it's 3-2 Celtic, and you know, we can take some relief from that. And plus, to be honest, I wanted a draw today at Ibrox between Hearts and Rangers, but let the Blues, I think, that they're winning this league, because they're not winning the league. We're in a better position than them. We have to play them twice. We have to play Hearts. We have a game in hand. We're in a good position. But I'm going to say to you right now, the only concern I have, well, there's 2 concerns I have. 3 concerns I actually have. These are the competitions we're playing in that could affect us if we get injuries and tiredness, burnout. It can happen. The second thing is playing players that are checked out. And what I mean is players like Rio Tate, Days of Moyedas. And I'm sorry, the other thing I'm going to say is James Forrest. He's not at the races. He came on today and tried to make something happen, but you can clearly see that he's lost that yard of pace. He just doesn't have the sharpness. And I love James, one of James's biggest fans of all time, but I just don't think he just didn't have it today against Kilmarnock. I don't know if the pressure was getting to him, or the opposition had him rehearsed quite well what he was going to do next. You know, he just didn't look like he was up for it. The other concern that I have is the recruitment in this window up to standard? I mean, the whole crop of players that will come in, and we keep saying about depth on the bench. We signed 2 guys a couple of weeks ago that didn't make the bench, you know. So we need a bit more, as I said, hunger. And there is players in that squad that are hungry, that do want to win this league. But as I said, I think the whole Ange Postecoglou players, that era is starting to affect some players where they've done in. Do you think that we can beat Rangers? Oh, 100%. You know what? I really do believe. I think we can beat Rangers. I think going to Ibrox is going to be a difficult game, really difficult game, especially in the league. I think they're up for it. I think Danny Rowell has them playing. You can't take it away that they're on form, and yet they're actually winning games and scoring goals. We're scraping games, yet we're still scoring goals, but we're conceding goals as well. Yet they conceded goals today, but at the same time, we need to be hungrier than Rangers. The ball is in our yard now. We've made up from teams dropping points. That's what we've made up from, and us winning, us getting the vital wins, the scrappy wins against Livingston, the scrappy wins against fucking teams that, you know, obviously St. Mirren beating Hearts as well. That was a big thing as well. But if we do win this league, will it go down as one of the best title wins of all time for Celtic? Some of us will shake our heads and say no. Some of us will say yes, it is, because it's the way it's been a 3-horse race since what you could say November. It's been enjoyable to feel that stress and pressure, because you know how much Celtic means to you. And you've seen comments on social media today saying, Jesus Christ, watching Celtic's not good for your health. It isn't, but that's the emotions of football. You can't always have a steamroll and be on top of the table with 12 points every single year, or 10 points run away. Sometimes you got to get that punch in the face and get back up stronger. You know. So let's have a look at the comments. Marco Polo. I still think Hearts are a threat, to be honest. I think if Hearts get Shankland and Devlin back in the next month or so, I don't know how long Shankland's out for. I think it was March anyway. I still believe Hearts have a good chance, but if we beat them at Celtic Park post split, and if that confidence is down after this game, they might fall off the face of the earth. Imagine turning around saying right now, my final prediction is Celtic to win it by 4 points, Rangers to finish second, Hearts to finish third, and then Motherwell. And Motherwell are only 3 points off Hearts in the final of the table. I think Motherwell are. But for me, the audio is always poor. Why is the audio always poor? Guys, I always try to watch this. Is anyone else complaining about the audio? The bars are at full whack. Anyone else complaining about the audio? Just let us know. Is it bad or is it good? Like, I go back and listen over certain things I say in the podcast the day after, and to be honest, no one really moans about the audio. Like, I'm at the spending nearly 200 quid on a webcam, so I think the audio is grand. There's always one. Maybe you just need to adjust your phone settings, or maybe you just need to put the telly up a little bit, or maybe you just need to fix your earpods. I don't really know, but no one ever complains about the audio. You know, happy days. But Motherwell's going to be a hard one for the three teams who are like Motherwell have a big say in this title race. Like, it's fucking crazy to think we're on the 15th of February and we're talking about a 3-way title race in Scottish football. It's absolutely ludicrous, but it keeps us on our toes. And look at, simple as it is, if we lose a game or we drop points, I'm going to turn around and say in this channel, especially with a game in hand that we're not guaranteed to get that, I will be very doubtful. And I don't want to be doubtful. I want to believe in our team. I want to believe that we can go all the way and do this. There's no room for error in these games. There's no room for error. Simple as, you know. No problems with the audio, lad. Good. Did anybody else's legs not work today? I had to go for a walk with my dog after. I just couldn't. I was on a high. I was on an absolute high. Thanks very much. I really appreciate it. I'm glad he's enjoying the podcast tonight. I'll stay on until about quarter past 9. I'll do a podcast tomorrow night as well, and then I'll be on Thursday night as well for the Stuttgart game as well. And I completely agree with you, Big Dom. Keith, I do worry we always seem to have a poor 45 minutes. It is a regular occurrence. Look us against Livingston. I thought we were brilliant against Livingston the first 20 minutes. We just couldn't take our chances, and then we just completely dipped. Like, I don't know what it is under managers, Brendan, Martin, even fucking Wilfred Nancy. We have like a good half of football, and then we gotta go to the dogs. Like, it's maintaining that focus, it's having that drive. And as I said, there is cons in this Celtic team. I still believe that we could fuck this title away easily fuck it away. But it's for Ayers to win, and not just beating Hearts, not beating Rangers twice, not just beating Aberdeen, beating everyone that's you go against. Like Hibs next Sunday is going to be a very difficult game. Gray's under pressure the last time I checked Hibs, and he'll want a reaction from his team. They just lost in Edinburgh Derby the other day as well, 1-0 at Tynecastle. So don't expect them to go out and beat Hibs 3 or 4-0, folks. Them days of cruising to see Celtic win 3 or 4-0, it comes at a rare occurrence these days, because it's not a case that teams don't fear Celtic. I just don't think we have enough in the ammo to blitz teams 3 or 4-0 the way we used to. I don't think we're direct enough to do it on a regular basis the way you expect it, you know. But I'm hoping wrong. The worry is that's it. Like I've said this, and we don't really have a player in that defensive midfield position that you could slot in there that can, like, Callum McGregor is not a 90-minute player. 100% agree with you, Greg Fabs. He's not a 90-minute player. And I've said this on the channel even a couple of weeks ago. I would be considering maybe cutting Callum McGregor's minutes next season. And I don't know who would be your 90-minute captain, because right now, looking at that squad, Tierney doesn't have the attributes to be a captain he once was. He may have matured as a player, but I don't see Tierney being that vocal leader he once was, or that charismatic Tierney he once was. Looking at it personally at that squad, I would probably think out of the whole squad, bar Callum McGregor, I wouldn't touch Carter Vickers. I'm grateful. Carter Vickers is like a Rio Tate for me. Carter Vickers, he has been, when he was playing before he got injured in recent times, his eyes have been off the prize for a long time. I think he's another player checked out. I wouldn't give him the captaincy. I wouldn't give Schmeichel the captaincy if Callum's to be injured tomorrow. Alistair Johnson's still injured. I would give him the captaincy, but you know, there's not a lot of players. This is why I'm quite concerned. I'm quite worried about the lack of leadership we have in the middle and on the whole lot of that pitch. You know, you might say, oh, we have experienced players like Forrest, Tierney, blah, 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 but we don't hear them in the games. We don't hear them, you know. A captain Araujo we could dream. Look, it was a big goal today. I could just feel it brewing. I could see it around the 92nd, 93rd minute. I was like, we could do this. We can actually do this. There could be a chance we could do this. You know, I love my team. Honestly, we don't have enough players that can last the full pace for a full game. Too many non-drawers. I know. We have so many faults, folks, and I don't want to buzzkill and make you get sick in your tequila tonight because Julian Araujo is at the score in the 97th minute. But there's a lot of cons in that team, and I think we're holding this. I think the Celtic team are holding each other together by bleeding glue and sticks at this rate. You know, I do like Sriracha. I like Sriracha. I was actually quite excited when I seen him coming on today. You know, his gloves on and his little run. You know, And folks, I tried to talk sense. But imagine being at Rugby Park today for that game. Imagine the euphoria you would have felt, the scenes. Hopefully we don't get a fine. You know, it's been a regular occurrence, Celtic fans celebrating in that style, and I don't blame them celebrating that style, the way it was conducted today. You know, the fine embers of the game. Kasper has to go. He's just too slow. Never commanded his box. He did command his box. He was a decent keeper when he came in his fourth season. I just think since the Aberdeen Cup final, he has completely been. I don't like saying this term, but I will say it. And he's washed up. Simple as it is. Kasper Schmeichel is washed up. We can't take away he's had a good career. He's a Premier League winner. He's an FA Cup winner, Charity Shield winner. But he is washed up as a keeper at Celtic. You know, he just doesn't have that presence, as some people are saying anymore. He doesn't have the presence. Correct. Loads of correct. How many corrects is there? Is this like a little exam? What are you joking? Joking, John. I hope you're doing good. Tell us where you're all tuning in from, by the way, as well. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please hit the subscribe button as well. I do apologize if it's bad audio as well. What can I do? And I was saying this to one of the guys I work with. Shout out to Harry. He's saying, "Oh, we're gonna need a big rehaul in the summer," and I'm like, "Yeah, Harry, we do need a big rehaul in the summer, but it's getting players off the it's getting players off the wage bill. It's listen to offers, and I don't know what Celtic. I don't know if the board will listen to offers and take a pinch and let some players go. I was only thinking today. I was like, Jesus, thank God Ralston didn't play. You know, Donovan. I like Donovan. I think I think Donovan will come into his. I was gonna mute this for a second. Stupid ambulance. Sorry, that was Neil McCann going past in the ambulance. I heard. Jesus. But it's the rehaul, the revamp of the whole squad. You know, get rid of players that have done it. They've won at trebles, they've won at doubles, clearing them out, listen to offers. Look, am I glad that we've kept Maeda? Not really, to be honest. If he comes out with big derby goals or vital goals over the next 12 or 11 games, yeah, I hope I meet me words, you know. But yeah, that was Neil McCann going past in the ambulance. So I think he does need auction after that. Yeah, 100%, Tom. I think you've said this before on my channel. The Japanese connection is completely done. Completely done. Deborah says, Keith and the chat. I know. I appreciate all the comments. I know some of you comment on the podcast after watching and say, "Oh, Keith, you've done this, you've done that." I'm just a normal person, folks. Normal person. Neil needs a Valium. You know, keeper, centre backs, get Sarachi in a permanent, get Araujo in a permanent, get rid of Tony Ralston. I would actually send Colby Donovan if Johnson's fit next season. I would probably give Colby Donovan a short loan move somewhere, and an option to recall him back in January. I think Donovan will be a player for Celtic. I would send him out on loan next season for the first half of the season. Someone's asked me, what players do you think we should let go in the summer? I'm just trying to go through this now and think about it. Kasper Schmeichel, definitely anyway. Trusty, I don't know. He plays well. Sometimes he plays well in Europe, but it's like today he was just an absolute disaster in that plastic pitch. The ball leaping over him and stuff like that. Let me give a final verdict on Trusty at the end of the season. Scales, I think Scales looked good at the start of the season, and then his confidence crumbled. But definitely Ralston. Yang, I think Yang will go. I think we'll listen to offers for Yang. I think perhaps we might sell Arnie Ingles for the right price as well. Some people might say in the comments we should have kept Welch when we recall them back. But do you know what? Let's just make this easier for everyone. There's no point in me saying names. Let me just go through the Celtic squad, and we'll chop them off bit by bit. Let's see who's got through to the next round of the X Factor and that hasn't gone through. Okay, the best way to say it. I'll be staying on for another 20 minutes. Nobody's enjoying the podcast tonight as well. Hell. Correct. There's another correct in there. Right. Let's see. Chop. I'll keep him as a number 2. Keep him as a number 3. Keep. I think he plays for the badge, but I think there's errors with Liam Scales at times. Let him go in the summer. Kills me saying it. I still haven't made up my mind on Trusty just yet. I think there's still a player somewhere in Trusty. We have seen performances like Bologna and stuff and Atalanta, but I think he's a lot to get into himself. Carter Vickers, I'll get rid of him in the summer. I know it sounds weird me saying 50-50 about Trusty and then I'm telling. I just think Vickers has checked out a long time ago. Sign this guy. Haven't seen this guy play yet. I think this is another Simone Pussy. Dane Murray, I don't know. I really don't know. I just don't feel like he's first team player. Simple. What I've seen of him hasn't been comprehensive. He scored on his contract renewal. That's about it. Kobe Donovan, I think there's a player there. I would like to see more of Kobe Donovan in years to come. I think send him on loan next season. Get rid of him. Punt him out. Tony Ralston turns like an 18-wheeler. Yes, he's committed to the cause and he's a Celtic fan through and through. But no, we need to move on. We need quality, not quantity. Tierney obviously will stay. Negrin, I've been quite impressed with Negrin. I think a lot of people haven't won over Negrin yet. Haven't got bought into the Negrin as a player. Nuke McCown, Celtic boy, looked all right last season. He's been poor this season. Hasn't really hit any sort of heights. Oxlade-Chamberlain, he's here till the summer. Arnie Ingles, if the offers are right, listen, we need a complete whole midfield vamp, to be honest. Paulo Bernardo he couldn't even do it in the Scottish Cup against a team that was 7 or 8 divisions below us. Quite concerning because I was a big fan of Paulo Bernardo, but I just think he's well off it as well. I definitely, if I was going to punt any players out of Celtic Football Club, it'd be Rio Hatate first. Callum McGregor, I'll reduce his time next season. Jota, he's only there for a calendar, for merchant calendar. I don't think we'll ever see Jota to the levels we once seen with Jota. He's only in here with an own option to buy. Balak-Wishe, an absolute fucking embarrassment. He's stealing a wage like Derek Bahita is. Derek Bahita was. Tomas, I was impressed with him. Yang, I think we will listen to the offers for Yang. And Nacho, I punt him out. I just think Brendan Rodgers signing hasn't been at the level. He's too injury prone. Callum Osman, looking forward to seeing him back in the Celtic shirt. I think he could be a good squad player next season. Taneki, I'm still, he shows bits of magic. He loves scoring at Rugby Park, as he's seen in the Cup as well. But obviously keep Taneki. Milvuka, haven't seen enough from me. Obviously, he's the game, whatever he's played, he hasn't been great. Punt Maeda, and I'd say send James Forrest to Ayr. So there is at least about 11 players you'd have to be looking at that and saying, right, who needs to get the punt in the summer? Who needs to stay? Who's capable of carrying the torch and being part of a team where we can, if we do win the title, we can regain the title next season. You know, it just says it, like it's just pure. It's just poor. It's been poor recruitment from Celtic. To be honest, it's been poor recruitment. We watched WIITH for 2 years. That's insane. Yet and he came in and he's been absolutely dirt. There is too many. There is too many. Celtic. Let's see, can I find out the wage bill? Now this might not be accurate, so we're gonna see what we can do, right? Let's see. This is an old. This is, I think, the way to give it. I'm gonna read this off another Celtic channel. Good channel as well. Just give me 1 second now. Oh, this is popping up. Let's just have a look at this. Just a perspective, right? Shout out to the guys at Hail 67 as well. They've good insights. They put up really good stories as well. So let's have a look at the wage bill, right? These are all the youth players. I don't scroll down. Luke McCown's only on £5 a week. What? I thought he'd be on more than that. Sinisalo is on £3.5 a week. Jesus. Johnny Kenny's on loan. He's on £5 a week. Liam Scales is only on £7 a week. I thought he was on about 15. Marcelo's on just below £7. Jesus. Taneki's on 8. Yamada's on £8. Fucking stealing the wage here. Bernardo's on 12. Had a feeling he was on about 12. Still on wage. Benjamin Egren's on 14. Tony Ralston on 15. I'm sorry, there you go. Tony Ralston is on 15 grand a week. I'm sorry, but come on, get him the chop. WIITH, 15 grand a week. So just these two, look at these, like that's 46, that's 46 grand a week we are wasting on Rio Atate, Ange WIITH, and Tony Ralston. And then Trusty's on 17 grand a week. Holy fucking Lord. Jota shouldn't be on 18 grand a week. He should have been play as you play, or pay as you play, sorry. There's another fucking waste. James Forrest, I'm sorry, legend of a guy, being a remarkable servant, but not worth 20 grand a week. He should be on about 4 grand a week. Maeda's on 21 grand a week. Fucking hell. Iheanacho, 30 grand a week. What? 30 grand a week for Iheanacho. Holy shit. Folks, why? Ingles, 28. I understand Ingles was a top player signing and all this transfer fee and all that, but oh my God. Kieran Tierney's on 50 grand a week. So KT is on 50 grand. I thought he was on about 40 grand. Fuck. We really need to clear out this wage bill. Holy Jesus. 37 grand. So we're spending over 60 grand a week on Jota and Carter Vickers just sitting there and being injured. Good luck. We'll just give a shout out to Hell 67 for the good story there. Shout out to the lads, well done. But yeah, the camera's gone a bit blurry there for a second. Our best players are on the best wage. I'd give him a raise. I'm sure you would give him a wage, a raise. Our best players on the best wage. What does Scott say? look at them wages. It's easy to say why players want to move on. But that's the thing, like players go to England and they get triple the wage. Like some of them players like are only on $3,000 a week. Like Tony Relson's on 15. Sorry, Paddy, I do apologize. I didn't say hello to you. I'm pretty good. I'm doing all right. I was away for a couple of days with the other half in the Emerald Isle. I made a good time. So that's why I wasn't on the channel. Simple as. I was gonna do a video on Wednesday night. She was like, do a video, interview other Celtic fans. But I'm looking into a couple of things. I don't know how you feel about me doing a video once a week in a random, me picking a pub within the train distance, but maybe within about 40 minutes away from Glasgow, picking a random Celtic pub and going to do a video in there and having a drink and splitting the G and talking to random Celtic fans. How would you watch them videos if I put them up? Something different, because it shows you my personality, and also it means I get to engage with other people that might like the channel. So just argument's sake, if I turn around and say, folks, I'm going to be putting out a video on Wednesday. I'm going to, argument's sake, Dunoon or Prestwick or something, or fucking Shawlands or something for the, and I pick, and he's all in the comments just turn around and say, right, Keith, just go pick, like you just turn around and say, right in the comments now, wherever you are from, if it's in Scotland, give me a pub and I'll try to go to the pub and I'll start this new thing on my channel, because I want to do something different. I don't want to come across as I'm being one of these hipster guys with the mustache, with a Jota mustache, and recording myself splitting the J or going to a Celtic pub to just look like I'm something I'm not. I'm just going for the sake of, I get to see, I walk into this pub, Jimmy's in the corner, I'm talking to Jimmy, ask him a couple of questions on my channel about Celtic, and then I have a point, and then that's it, a 10-minute video, done and dusted. Something different. It means I get to see different parts of Scotland as well. Is it in a Nacho? I don't know what's going on with him. Like he was fit the other day. Like I don't know what's the story with him. Be a great show. Something different, you know. I just want to get into enjoying life a bit more, you know. Getting out and, as I said, just comment below, pick a pub, pick a CSC, and I'll try go to it. You know, I'll try go to it. If it's a quiet night, I'll still fucking go. Like, you know, that way. I'm not going to tell you I'm going to be there that day, like, because I don't want people annoying people say, oh yeah, I'm definitely going. Queen's Park Cafe in Victoria Road. I've been told about this. Me other half's cousin was telling me about this place before. And then I was on a flight with a couple that were coming back from Dublin. They were over for actually a GAA game, and they said that as well. Lurgan #1. I'd love to go to Lurgan. I would love to go up and obviously sit there and do a little interview with Jay and his dad. I've met Jay and his dad so many times. Great Celtic supporters group, Lurgan. So shout out to them boys there. Maybe one day I will. Maybe one day. If I'm going to Lurgan, I'm going to have to go to Crossmaglen, because there's a guy on this that always watches and he says, come to Crossmaglen. Don't be mentioning Belfast. Don't mention BT on this channel, because I'll have my missus kicking the door and they'll say, Keith, we're going to Belfast. Belfast, my favourite. I want to go to Belfast. I bring it to Belfast once and she doesn't shut up about it. You know? So yeah, if I am going to Belfast, you should go to the Railway Tavern in Motherwell. Sounds interesting. What's in the Railway Tavern? What's in the Railway? Is it a CSC, is it? Is there a statue of Stephen Welch outside, is there? I feel like I'm doing Limmy tonight. I don't know if you've ever seen Limmy doing the food reviews and Google Maps and stuff. Railway Tavern. Mary Street, the Well. Right, let's have a look. It's a Celtic pub. Right, we're gonna share this screen now. I'll look after you. Oh Jesus, need to go over so, won't we? Right, let's have a look. You might be here talking about Celtic. Well, this is Celtic related. So Railway Tavern looks all right inside. Let's have a look. Looks nice. Looks nice. All right. There's some vitamin T there. Look at from Ted Champagne. There it is outside. Oh, that looks all right. Yeah, looks all right. Now them chicken goujons will probably give you the shites, but yeah, they look all right. Jesus, that doesn't look the main West. Oh, they do mac and cheese. Oh, Jesus, don't be telling me misses that. Oh, these look nice. Fucking get them into them. Ah, looks like a nice little spot. This little pub. Yeah, just I'm too busy looking at the field here, but oh, look at the smoking area. Yeah, looks all right. Fish and chips. Yeah, that looks all right. Yeah, yeah. I think I think I put that down on the bucket list. The Railway Tavern, eh? I'll have to look at that, you know. The Loudon. Go to the Loudon. Oh Jesus. Buffering bad. I know, cause I went in different tabs. That's why I do apologize. It was buffering bad. But yeah, that's something I'm gonna look into, folks. That's something I'll be interested in on the channel, because I'm trying to do what would you say, collaborations with other channels. Fucking I'd be better off winning the fucking Euro Millions trying to do a collaboration with another channel. They're busy folks, and I'm not fucking chasing people to come onto my channel. If I reach out to someone and ask them to come on, come on, you know. But I do want to give a big shout out to Baz. I have to say, Baz's commitment on YouTube is top notch. 3 times a day he's on. Let's try get on with Baz soon. Emerson Club. Oh Jesus. You stop, will you, Mark, will you? Acting the bollocks. Pollock Rose show. Well, I'll start off maybe the Queen's Park one, and then we'll go out to the well. We'll go out to the well. You know, that'd be an interesting one. Vitamin T, yeah. Some of them. I'll be splitting the G. I won't be splitting the tea. I can barely drink Tennent's. I'll be drinking me Guinness. And I know there's people going to say this in the channel. Well, Guinness was actually found by Arthur Guinness. He was a Protestant that funded the UVF. All this bullshit. I don't care. I just care about the drink. I care about the drink. I don't care about the Guinness again, the history of Guinness. I just care about the drink that I'm paying for. If it does the job, that's it. 67. McGregor's too busy worrying about Trusty and Scales to focus ahead. Well, look at like the referee was brutal today at times, I'd be honest with you. I thought he was absolutely brutal. There was a point in the game where McGregor won the ball and he called for a free kick for Kilmarnock. And you know what? I just love, right? I just love when we beat them and they're all giving this with the Billy Boys crap and all that. It just does my head in when we beat them, and they just crumble. They all crumble leaving. They can't even fill that bleeding stadium. Shite bags. Shite club Kilmarnock. I hope he's getting relegated. Hope he's going down with Livy and he's never come back up again. The best thing that ever happened to Kilmarnock was Tommy Burns. God rest his soul. Beamish. I was having Beamish a couple of days ago. Yes. Do you like me Mexico top? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the ref. Okay. One more Southside gym is the great. I've been to Brazenhead many times. I go to Brazenhead the odd time to watch a game. I don't really know the clientele in there. Like, I don't really want to be going in with like a selfie stick, like this is Commander Hoops and fucking I'm having a G and I'm going over with a camera. You know, like it's a bit of a great pub, fucking one of my favorite pubs. But I don't know, like all that clientele don't like fucking phones in that places. Simple as, you know. Cross McLean, the best town to live from a jock. Yeah. Was course fist bumping. I don't know what this is all about. I'm quite confused. In this one. But anyways, folks, are we feeling a bit confident we're going to win the league? Give us a rate now of 1 to 10. Are we feeling confident that we're gonna win this title now? Do we have the formula to win the title? Remember, Martin O'Neill doesn't win the fucking games for us. It's the team that win the games for us. He can pull off these motivational speeches. He's a great man manager. You know, I'm going to say a 7 out of 10. I'm going to say a 7 out of 10. I just think we're riding our fucking luck in this. Literally holding them lollipop sticks together. Like, I think it all goes down to, as I said already, if you drop points against Hibs, or you drop any points going further into the rest of this season, you're losing the league. Simple as. I don't give a shit about Hearts dropping points or Rangers dropping points. We cannot afford to drop any more points. The ball's in our court, and we need to win it. Don't worry about the refs. But you know what I realised over the last couple of years, Greg, right? I stopped going into the whole malarkey about it. Is it a conspiracy the refs rip us off? I think 100% the refs rip us off, not the reps. I'm not going on fucking holiday. I wish I was going on holiday. The referees do rip us off. Simple as. Don Robinson, Brother Beaton, they're all a share of cronies. All a share of cheating fuckers. And that's the God honest truth. They don't play it by the game. They go by their allegiance. They go by their allegiance. And sad to say, I think in Scottish football, I think refs should be vetted. They should be turned around and saying, right, who do you support? I'm a Rangers fan. They shouldn't be ever going near to officiate a game related to Rangers. Simple as. They need to step down on that. The same as if there was Celtic refs, I wouldn't be happy with a Celtic ref trying to give us play the game fair. That's why they go and do their fucking course. That's why they do their badges, Yeah. Wolf Tom was a Protestant. He was indeed. Legend of a man. Yeah. Daniel McGrain was a Protestant. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, I'll say, I know Irish history is Irish history. I'm going to say it as it is. It doesn't matter what religion you are. What matters is who you are as a person. You're raised up or you're dragged up. I always say this. Kenny Dalglish was Protestant. Danny McGrain's Protestant. Who cares? Who cares? I love when Celtic win the game, honestly. I know, it gives you a good vibe. I jumped out of my seat earlier and I was like, oh, Jesus! Ran into the missus like, we're just fucking scoring. Get the fucking, Yep. The passion. The absolute passion. And I felt good. I felt good today. I felt good to come on and not moan as much as I usually moan. As I said, as simple as it is. Rio Tate, Graham Norton chair. Days of Maeda, Graham Norton. Do you know what? Keep Maeda in the squad. I wouldn't go near Rio Tate. I would not rely on Rio Tate to even order me a fucking taxi, for fuck's sake. That's how bad he is at the moment. Kasper Schmeichel just needs to be fucking dropped. I'd put Doolan in at this rate. I'd fucking get a goal at this rate. It has to be done. Yeah, at the end of the day, we're going to be sitting here in May. We're either going to be champions, or either we're going to see Rangers win the title, Sefco win the title. Oh, by the way, happy Administration Day yesterday, or Hearts win the title. We're at a roundabout. Simple as. Yeah, Jock Stein, legend himself. We can keep the last minute winners. We can, but we're doing a toy film. It's good to see you in, by the way, toy film. I hope you're doing well. It's been a long time. Man United done it for years. Chelsea done it. We've done it in the past. We've won last minute winners. Won titles. Look at Nakamura, Rugby Park. Good times. But this Celtic squad, there is a big question over. There is a big cloud over the potential of what we have. I've said this so many times. I would be happy to be out of the Europa League right now and focus on the bread and butter. We got to think of Hearts is out of the Scottish Cup. They're out of the Scottish Cup. They have that extra bit of rest, less preparation, so they can put it into the league. I don't want to be out of the Scottish Cup just yet. I'd rather I just don't think this team has it in them to chase in every avenue. And that's my God honest truth. I just don't think we have the players to go on and win the fucking Scottish Cup and the league title this season. You know? And I've said this in the channel, and I know I sound very critical, but I say I would happily lose every fucking trophy to get the board changing that board level to wake up and start taking that club serious. And I see that we're down revenue as well this year. 29% revenue we're down on merchandise. Serves them fucking right. Serves them right. Because this is what happens when you don't engage with fans and you don't help fans out, or you don't give them their money's worth, and you make them feel like they're not actually valued. Fuck that. People make stance, you know, and I know people are saying right now on the channel, enough of this politics bollocks, Keith. Let's focus on the football. Let's focus on coming together as unity and delivering and being the 12th man. And I have to say, the fans were fucking right behind the team today. Even when we were 2-0 down, they start getting vocal, and they kept singing and singing. And it was good to see. And I was like, real, and I felt like they were fucking singing It's a Grand Old Team for ages. It felt fucking good. It felt good. You know, I do love certain songs being sung at Celtic games, but when you're hearing the actual Celtic Football Club songs, like Grand Old Team and 4D Clover and, you know, Over and Over, like them type of songs, sometimes you don't hear them enough. It feels fucking good. It feels good, you know? Yeah, it does. Do you know this board will have no plan for the manager? Well, they have a lot. They've caused this shitty mess. Look at the wage bill. They need to sort out that wage bill. They need to start clearing people out. Start doing the weakest link in the summer. You know, cheerio, good luck. Bit of Cilla Black, see you later. But I'm sure they're in the process of recruiting a manager. There's talks of not Diego. Not fucking. I don't want Diego Simeone. No thanks. Roberto Martinez and stuff like that. Hope it's not Steve Clark after the World Cup. Please, fucking God, it's not Steve Clark. I like Steve Clark, but I don't think he's the man for Celtic Football Club. You know? I'm sick of playing guess who could be the next manager, who should it be, oh, I like this manager, or I like this. It doesn't matter what I think. It doesn't matter what you think. What matters is whoever comes in, they better get fucking backed. But before all this summer jazz of us sitting here, me splitting the G in Motherwell or splitting the G in Queen's Park or fucking Dunoon, what matters is we have fucking games to play and contest. We need to go out there and go to fucking battle, especially in the league. Who gives a fuck about the Europa League? Honestly, I don't give a shit about a trophy we're not going to win. If they put all the eggs in one basket and said we're going for the Europa League, I'd be like, oh, hell yeah. But we don't have the squad. We do not have the squad. Simple as. We're fucking chasing something that will for an extra 2 games, for an extra fucking 2 million. Who gives a shit? We want to win the bread and butter, which is the league. The league. You know, obviously I want to go in and beat Rangers at Ibrox, where hopefully at 20% capacity. I don't know what's going to happen with there, but we need to fucking win this league. We don't win this league, this will go down as one of the worst seasons in the last 25 years of Celtic. You know, I know people might say, oh, Keith, you're fucking over-exaggerating. What about the 90s? In my time supporting Celtic, I've only seen Celtic, I've seen Celtic losing it, maybe 10, 12 titles or whatever. But come on. Well, that was an old club. We don't want that. We don't want that happening. It will fucking kill us. But at the same time, that's the board shitting on us for making stupid decisions, not fucking being serious in the transfer windows, getting in fucking players on, oh, we'll take them in on loan. Oh, this guy's a dud at his current team. We'll give him a go. Oh, he's bleeding a dud for us. Oh, fuck that. We just wasted more money. You know, that's what it's like, you know. So I said, I personally do not want to come on and talk about the board all the time because I'm bored of talking about it. I am bored to my tits talking about the board on this channel. because I ain't going to accomplish anything. One guy on his YouTube channel is not going to, with him moaning and venting about Celtic board, it's not going to achieve anything. What needs to be achieved is winning this title right now. What matters on the pitch is the most important, and every fan needs to be behind that team. You know, do I want the board to be changed? 100%. But I'm not going to keep going on about the board stuff because I'm bored. As I said, I'm done in bored talking about it. People are bored talking about it. These are angry. These are pissed off. Yeah, simple as it is. You're in a restaurant and you've asked for a nice fucking steak, well done, and they've given you a raw steak. Are you going to sit there and keep banging your knife and fork till it's done? You have to wait until the steak comes back out and it's cooked. So have a bit of patience. Let's get through this season, and then in the summer we'll go all hell at leather. Of course we need the Green Brigade in. Of course we need ultras in. Of course we need fans in. Of course we need. But it's up to the rest of the fans to fucking sing as well. Look at the Livingston game the other night. I'm sitting there in the pub drinking Guinness, splitting the G. And all I'm doing is looking at that and I'm like, holy shit, why is there so many seats empty? Oh, I forgot, bad weather. Oh, I forgot, it's only Livingston. We need every single fan on board, especially league games to win this title. And you need them vocal. There's no point of you paying hundreds of fucking pounds to go and see the team you love, and you are just sitting there and you're programmed like a fucking bot to just watch your team. Take it in, make the atmosphere. Football's nothing without the fans, you know? Because I'll be fucking, if you don't want, I'll take your ticket. Dream scenario, big Ange good. I would love Ange back, honestly. I watched the thing the other night as well about Ange. About the overlap as well. So a lot of people are in agreement. 6 to 7 out of 10 about who's winning the title. The last minute goal was the best of them so far. It was a massive, pivotal part of our season. Today was Will. Hope you're doing well, by the way, Will. Massive part, obviously. You know, look at me. I'm wearing the bleeding Mexico jersey, you know, for Araujo. But I actually made a picture of Araujo as well. I want to show you. I hope he's like this. I made that. So that's Araujo with Buckfast and is a tequila put, man. He's having a little wee shot there, you know. He's getting that into him. I made that on ChatGPT. I know a lot of people don't like ChatGPT, but yeah, looks well, doesn't it? Yeah. Oh yeah, you can't be a good comeback from the champions, and hopefully we're still holding by the thread. Martin O'Neill's still holding us together. Yes. So if you go back over this podcast at the start, you'll hear some Mexican music kicking in, you know. As bad as the performance was, the second goal was magical. The throw-in, you know. I jumped down my trousers in the last goal. I jumped up myself. It's good to feel like that again, isn't it good to feel that? Like, see, midweek when we scored, I was like, yes. Oh, actually, this is how crazy this sounds, and a lot of people won't like to hear this in the Celtic podcast. I got more satisfaction watching the last 10 minutes of the Motherwell game on Wednesday night against Rangers than watching the whole of that Levy game. It was fucking shy, but we got the job done. It was a lovely goal by the Ox. I don't know if anyone agrees or disagrees. I enjoyed the Well game better than I watching our own team on Wednesday night. It's just fucking shy, you know. Sorry for my language, folks. I've been in Cancun in 4 weeks. Spreading Araujo joy. San Patricio. Viva Mexico. But yeah. So does anyone in agreement or disagreement with me here? Am I losing my mind? I think I lost my mind in the summer. Honestly, I think I've lost my mind. I still think I'm trying to find my mind after the way the things have been this season. But, you know, you're plucking away. You're still doing it. There was no late winners for us for yous at Ibrox. Danny, oh, get away, will you? We'll see next week. We'll see, not next week, 2 weeks' time. We'll see in 2 weeks' time, and then we'll see the week after that when we lay the loss, smack it down on the Candy Culo. You know, Celtic are going to be Rangers at Ibrox in both games, and that is being honest. I think we're underdogs going into these games because they think they're winning the Champions League day against Hearts. But you know what? I fancy our chances. I'm hoping. But look, we can obviously hope on the current squad as well, like the current players that have been there as well. When do you think the Green Brigade will be back in? I honestly don't know. There's been talks of Celtic meant to be meeting with the Green Brigade or the boys and other representatives. I don't know what's going to happen. I really don't know what's going to happen. But what I will say for the time being is every other fan that's in the stadium, attend the games and be heard. And I mean being heard is pushing for your team. And then the board stuff and the Celtic fan stuff will come together. It will come together. And I think the collective have done a good job on what they've outlined, and obviously it's the pockets of the club. But I'm sick of talking about it because number one, I don't really go to the games because I'm busy with other stuff, you know. And that's man, you're bleeding obsessed. Doesn't matter is watching it, it's terribly. I'm sure Rangers have had shit times. Who gives a shit? I'm not here to talk about Rangers anyway. Go off and fucking have a good time with your bleeding whoever. Falkirk, Caesar's Bar. Imagine, like, not in a million years I would comment on a Rangers podcast. I'd be like, you know, who gives a shit? Green Brigade will probably be back in for the Stuttgart game. We'll find out this week. Oh, I love the celebration. Got in with the fans, and then he done this as well. And you know, even when he got booked, he just stuck his tongue out with the referee. Brilliant. But anyway, folks, I better go. It's been a good hour and 12 minutes chatting to you. I'll try to get back on tomorrow night if I can. Just remember, form is temporary, liquidation's permanent, and happy belated liquidation anniversary, or an administration anniversary for them as well. But Slán, give me a more guts, and I'll be back tomorrow night, maybe about 8 o'clock. So hope you enjoyed the podcast. Tell your pals, please subscribe to the channel. And if you want to buy the subscription, it's £1. £1 for the membership subscription. Be really appreciated. Down the line, I will do exclusive membership content, but the time being right now, I want to make everyone happy, and that's the most important thing. So, hell, I'll speak to you all soon. Take care.